Hey guys, welcome back to another Helix video. So I just recently picked up a Boss RC600 loop station, and of course I want to incorporate Helix with the looping, and I had a couple other pedals I wanted to use as well when doing the looping thing. So I thought it would be fun just to build a looping rig, set up a preset specifically to do everything I needed it to do in terms of, bringing effects and pedals in and out, and just kind of acting as the mixer as well, and to some degree. So that's what I was going to show you guys today. It was a fun preset build, and I thought, sharing some of these little tips and tricks might be useful to you guys. So I'm going to do that. Before I do, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun social media stuff. And if you want to check out my Helix and Variax presets on the Line 6 Marketplace, the link for those will be in the description below. With that out of the way, let's hop over to HX Edit and take a look. Okay, so here is the preset. I will kind of talk briefly about the setup and then show you the board and get into all the nitty gritty details there. Basically, I have path 1A, 1B, and 2A dedicated to guitar effects and processing. Path 2B, I have set for the mic input, so everything on this is vocal related. That's the mic I'm using right now, so I'm not using my usual video making microphone. So that's kind of the overall setup of the paths and the routing. I have the guitar hard panned all the way to the right and the vocal all the way to the left. So this way I can run the left and right output of the Helix to separate channels on the mixer. So you have the ability to mix the vocals and guitar separately. So that's the gist of kind of the path. Now let me show you what I'm working with and explain what I wanted to accomplish with it. Obviously the Helix, and that's the RC600 loop station. The two pedals I also wanted to incorporate was the Harmony Singer by TC Helicon, which does, as the name suggests, adds harmonies to your vocals. And then the C9 organ machine pedal by Electro Harmonics. So one of the things I wanted to accomplish was these two pedals up here behind the looper. I didn't want to have to touch them. I wanted them to be always on and bring them in and out via Helix. Another issue is that when I send basically the microphone signal to, from this microphone in Helix to the RC600, if it stays active, when I loop a guitar part, the Boss is getting input from the instrument and the mic. So, whatever, noise is going on, or if I'm near the speaker, the mic picks up some of that as I loop guitar, which is annoying. And I could assign a pedal on the RC600 to mute the mic input, but that's giving up, some stuff on, the way their pedals are set up. It's very flexible, but you kind of need all of them, so I didn't want to give up a pedal just for that. So I wanted a way, number one, to send the microphone signal to the RC600, but also be able to mute it easily from the Helix when I need to do that. So that's the rig. Let's look at how Helix was able to put it all together. For the first section, we have the send one, and that's basically going to the guitar input of the Harmony Singer pedal. That pedal needs what you're playing. It needs to listen to what you're playing to know the key you're playing in, so it applies the correct harmony. I didn't need to get anything back, so that's why it's not effects loop one. It's just send one. All I needed to do was send that information or audio to the pedal. So very easily accomplished. And then down on the vocal chain, I've got effects loop 3 set up that's going into and out of the Harmony Singer, has the mic in and then the output. Now you will need XLR to 1/4-inch adapters to do that. All the effects loop jacks on the back of the Helix are 1/4-inch. These outputs on the Harmony Singer, the input and output is XLR. So they're easy to find. You can get them anywhere. Basically, you'll need one XLR male, one XLR female, 2/4-inch, and you're good to go. So what happens is when I turn this on, the harmonies are now coming through. When I mute it or turn the effects loop off, that signal is not getting brought into the signal chain. So with that, I'm able to accomplish turning on and off the Harmony Singer from the Helix. I'm not literally turning the pedal off, but I'm bringing it in and out of the signal. And if you notice, I've got a noise gate here because Basically, yeah, you can hear it there. I've got a ground loop issue, and with one of the adapter cables, I don't have another one, so I've temporarily linked this noise gate with it just to as a band-aid for that problem. But anyway, so that's the Harmony Singer done. The next thing is I wanted to be able to bring in the C9 again without having to touch the C9. I did the same thing here with Effects Loop 2, send and return going into the into the C9. Basically, it's turned off whenever I wanted. I have a snapshot for the organ sound. And with snapshots, I'm going to turn that reverb back on. Actually, let me do that. Sorry. Back on topic. So basically, whenever I go to the organ snapshot, I've turned off the amp and cab. Thinking about some EQ and compression, things specific to the organ. So that way, yeah, I can use the snapshot to bring that pedal in. In addition to bringing the pedal in, again, I didn't want the amp and cab and several other things were turned off. So that was mission accomplished there. And so that was mission accomplished there. That really just leaves us with the RC600 itself. I only need really to get two things into it, and that is this vocal mic and then the guitar. So what I did to feed it the guitar is, I took the output, the 1/4-inch output from Helix, and ran it into RC600. Nothing to see there. Pretty straightforward. I could have, okay, I'm trying to remember this as I go because I was thinking there's another way I could do that, but I remember now why I didn't. The way I'm getting the microphone signal to the RC600 is here at the end of the vocal chain, I'm using Send 4. Now, again, I had to use an adapter because it's XLR input on the side of the RC600 side of things. So that send is going to the again, the mic input. And basically I have it assigned to a foot switch because, as I mentioned, the microphone with the RC600, when you hit record, any inputs that are going into it will get looped. So if I'm sitting near speakers, or if it's loud, or there's a drum, or whatever, that the microphone will pick up, that I wouldn't really want to be in the loop when I'm doing that, I'm able to just turn the signal on to the RC600 when I need it. So if I'm wanting to loop a guitar part, I don't want the mic on to pick up anything that I'm doing there. So if that makes sense, that accomplished that goal. The other thing I did, excuse me, was, if I'm playing to something I've looped or a track, it's going to be the tempo of whatever I've looped. So rather than having to worry about trying to match, the tap tempo on the Helix with the Roland, I'm just running a MIDI cable out and then into the Helix, so it's able to receive the time code, or beats per minute tempo. So that, it's really, super easy. The only thing left was the output of the RC600 to the mixer, and I'm just running it into a DI, and that's about it. One thing I will say, if you run the MIDI out into your Helix, you'll need to turn off the setting where it will use MIDI to change presets, because if you don't, when you change memory slots, as they call it, I don't know why they don't call them presets, but when you change memory slots on the Boss, if you're connected to MIDI, it will start changing your preset on Helix, which not really something that I wanted to happen. So that was the only caveat. If you do this, turn that off, or the MIDI's going to mess with you. So yeah, that's pretty much how the nuts and bolts, how everything went together. Again, using all 4 loops, using the mic input. I've got the organ sound, acoustic sound, Variax stuff, and some bass. So, everything you would need to have some looping fun: acoustic guitar, bass, organ, electric guitar, and then of course the vocal mic. So yeah, that's it. I had a lot of fun, putting this together. and thought if any of you guys are, this is a very specific preset for a very specific use case, but hopefully the concepts are helpful. And if you are going to set up like a looping rig or some kind of rig with multiple pedals, this information was useful for you. So anyway, appreciate you guys. Always thanks for watching the videos and interacting. I enjoy the comments as well. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.